Sniper heroes are typically famous for their incredible long range and crazy high damage. But what if I told you there are actually ways to boost their weapon's fire rate using gears and weapon mods that have been recently added to the game? There's no doubt that some sniper rifles have a very low fire rate, especially if we compare Mirage and Firefly, for instance, with Blot and Slayer. But here's the good news: with the right setup, you can help your hero increase his weapon fire rate to gain more firepower for the battle. Let's start with Mirage, since she's the weakest sniper hero at this moment, but only if you can't figure out what to use for her. Mirage's playstyle is most of the time based on speed and damage. Therefore, our build and weapon mod setup will mainly focus on both movement speed to be able to dodge bullets and fire rate, on the other hand, for greater damage. Make sure to use the weapon damage modifier mods, the Mist, in addition to the Greymark mod for the maximum damage possible. Armor penetration is also an important factor in being able to bypass enemies' armor and hit their health directly. As for our next sniper hero is going to be the Silent Hunter and her advanced bow, Lynx. Her weapon mods are no different than Mirage, except her playstyle is a bit complicated. Always make sure to head for any weapon mods that increase her fire rate, damage, and you can choose fire range over fire spread and armor penetration depending on what gears you are using. I have always used the full personal gear set for her since the release because her weapon is not like any other weapon. For that reason, her personal set is just perfect. You can use the tech knee pads, but you will barely notice a difference in her fire rate. Therefore, it's better to focus on damage and fire range in her gear build and damage and fire rate when choosing weapon mods. Now, when it comes to Blot, it's a bit tricky. However, if you already got his full personal gear set, it will be no problem because I don't see a reason to not use it since it provides him with everything he needs, except fire rate, of course. Just a small note for those who are just about to start playing Blot. You must know that Blot's weapon revolves around the damage and accuracy. His fire rate is average compared to other snipers. But you can use weapon mods for extra damage and increase his fire rate. Keep in mind that you will need high-level gear in order to upgrade mods even further for him, so you don't affect his gear benefits negatively. Moving next to the icebreaker, Blizzard. Well, Blizzard is a different case from other sniper heroes, as she can shoot 3 bullets at the same time, which makes increasing her weapon fire rate kinda useless, same as with Sparkle and Arnie. Therefore, it's better to focus on increasing her firing range, damage, and accuracy instead of fire rate. Even though her accuracy is pretty amazing for her type of weapon, you can even pierce with it to shoot enemies behind walls and obstacles in spectacular clutches. Unlike Blizzard, Firefly has a huge hunger for fire rate due to his incredible passive sting that helps him increase his weapon fire rate to an extremely dangerous level after a couple of shots. I have already shared a gear build a long time ago that shows how to increase Firefly fire rate in the best way possible using gears only. You can check the video in the description. We have also weapon mods now for Firefly, such as the Carnet mod and the Shadow mod, which can boost both his damage and fire rate to make him a real threat to everyone in the arena. The rest of the weapon attachments will depend on your gear build and what you rely on the most in your playstyle. If you like to stay away from the fight and you don't like to change position many times, you may think of increasing your fire range instead of armor penetration and damage. The last sniper on our list is the one and only Slayer, the Slaughterhouse. There's no doubt that Slayer has probably the slowest fire rate among snipers. Despite his crazy damage that is capable of one-shotting many targets in the game, but the long delay between shots can be a serious disadvantage if you're not carefully timing your attacks or lack awareness of your surroundings. Especially, if you don't have the tactician Master Raven besides you, or someone with great defensive skills, such as Satoshi and Bastion, to back you up when things go wrong. Which it does a lot for Slayer, since his gunshots are so loud, and can be spotted easily in the battle.